Welcome into the Reed Report. Thank you guys for taking this time to hear me out on this day. I really do appreciate it. We're about to get into some quick NFL predictions. We got the divisions. We're going to predict all 8 divisions from both conferences. And then we're going to do playoff teams. We're going to do wild card round, divisional round, conference championship, Super Bowl. I'm going to do this video to see where I stack up by the end of the season. And if you guys want to participate, be sure to leave a comment of who you think is going to make the playoffs. Be sure to email me or whatever the case may be, so we can see how we're looking by the time the playoffs start and who win the division. So we're gonna get into that, but be sure to hit that like button for me. I really do appreciate that. It really does drive in the traffic, and it lets YouTube know that you guys are actually watching the video and you're not bots. So prove them wrong, because they're calling you bots, and hit the like button for me. Please, please, please. I thank you so much. So yeah, we got the NFL season starting Thursday. We got the Cowboys and the I'm about to say Patriots because of Tom Brady, but we got the Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buccaneers defending their championship. Of course, they won the Super Bowl for the first time since 2002. Brady came in his rookie year of the NFC, retired Aaron Rodgers, almost retired, well, retired Drew Brees and almost retired Aaron Rodgers. And he just came through and just, wiped everybody out from the wild card spot. Knocked out Washington, knocked out the Saints, knocked out the Packers, did all that damage on the road, went home and played in the Super Bowl, the first team in NFL history to play a Super Bowl at their home stadium. And then they won the Super Bowl. So it was just the ultimate satisfaction for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So yes, we do have this new season. A lot of teams looking to bounce back, teams who weren't in the playoffs. What teams do the Reed Report have getting in that didn't make it last year? Do we have the same teams some of the same teams getting in? Of course we do. So without further ado, we're going to get into it, and we're going to start in the AFC and work our way all the way to the NFC. And we're going to start in the AFC South, where last year the Titans won this division at 9-8, and I don't think they'll have that same success this year. Of course, I'm going to do these predictions based off nobody getting injured, but we do know that injuries and thing that's going on in the world with the pandemic is part of the game. But I am going to do these predictions based off what I think what would happen if none of this plays a factor, injuries or the pandemic. So I got the Colts winning this division at 11-6. Last year they were 11-5, made it to the playoffs, lost in the wild card round to the Bills. But I do have them winning the division this time around. Carson Wentz, change of scenery, something a lot of people need, and that could be beneficial. And I think they're going to be the ones to overthrow the Titans in this division. I still have the Titans with a winning record at 9-8, but I do think they will regress this year and not make the playoffs. I got the Colts as the 4th seed in the playoffs at 11-6. And going to the AFC East, I want to run through these pretty much so I can get to the playoff predictions, and I just don't want to hold you guys up too long. But I have the Bills winning this division for the 2nd year in a row. Fun fact here, when Josh Allen won the AFC East last year, he was just the 3rd quarterback since the realignment in 2002 to win this division. You had Chad Pennington, who won it with the Jets in 2002. You had Tom Brady, won it with the Patriots from 2003 all the way to 2007. And then Brady got hurt in 2008, and Chad Pennington was traded to the Dolphins, and he won the division in 2008 with the Dolphins. And then from 2009 to 2019, Brady won it with the Patriots. And last year, Josh Allen finally got the Bills a division championship, and I think he will do the same thing again. He will repeat in this division as division champion. He just got the big contract. The Bills are still a good team, a threat in the AFC, 13-3 last year, lost in the AFC championship game to the Chiefs. I think they'll go 12-5, win this division. They'll be the 3 seed. I have the Patriots and Dolphins at 9-8, but I do not think it'll be enough for them to get into the playoffs. That's just how I feel about it. When I looked at the schedule, I didn't see enough games to get them in when I was, when I was doing predictions for the other teams as well. I didn't see enough for New England. But I do have in the AFC North, Last year, Pittsburgh started 11-0, but we all knew that they weren't really real. We all knew that there was a big flaw in this team, and they were dead last in the league. If not dead last, definitely at the bottom in running the football. And I do think they'll get in the playoffs again. I think they'll be the 6th seed. They'll finish third in this division at 11-6. I got the Browns as the 5 seed in the playoffs, going 11-6 also. So that means they'll win the tiebreaker over the Steelers. But I got the Ravens winning the division at 13-4. I know they suffered a big blow in the running game, but I think they'll be able to make up for that. I think they'll find somebody who can take that weight, because Lamar is still going to run the ball. You're not going to be able to take his legs from him to try to turn him into a pure passer, if that's the plan. I don't think it is. But I got the Ravens winning this division. Lamar finally won a playoff game last year, because that was such a big deal. A third-year quarterback had never won a playoff game, even though it took Peyton Manning 6 years to win his first playoff game. But we'll make this a narrative about Lamar after his first playoff game, that he can't win in the playoffs. Yeah, because that makes sense. But I do got them. But last year they did. Actually, last year he won his first playoff game. He beat the Titans in the wild card round, went to the divisional round. He got injured in the game against Buffalo. RG3 had to finish it, but the Bills were able to survive that game and took the Ravens out. But this year, I think it'll be a different story. I got the Ravens winning the AFC North at 13-4. And then go to the AFC West, our last division in this conference. Listen, Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback. As long as Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback of the Chiefs, he's going to win any division he's in. I got the Chiefs, who are coming off back-to-back Super Bowls. They won in 2019, lost last year to the Bucs in 2020. I got them making it. I got them winning the division again. We're not going to get to the Super Bowl just yet, but maybe I gave away when I said I got them. And we'll see. I got the Chiefs going 13-4. They'll be the 1 seed in the AFC again. They will win the division. And I got the Chargers finishing second in the division at 10-7. I got the Chargers as the 7th seed. They have a very talented roster. I think if they can keep it all together and finish out games that they are in position to win, they will definitely be a threat in the AFC. Especially, I think they will for sure get into the playoffs. They'll get in as the last seed, but they'll get in. But they'll for sure get in. Broncos be 7-10. I just don't see it with the Raiders. I see them winning just 5 games. I don't see anything impressive about the Raiders, to be honest. And now we're going to go to the NFC, the National Football Conference. And we'll start things off. We'll go to my division. Nah, you know what? We'll save that. We're starting the NFC North. And in the NFC North, just like in the AFC West, as long as Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback, like Patrick Mahomes with the Chiefs, I got Green Bay winning this division. I think only one team will come out of the playoffs in this division, and it will be the Packers. They're going to go 12-5. Coming off back-to-back conference championships. I got them repeating win this division again, and we'll see how far they get in the playoffs. I don't have any other team in this division in the playoffs. I got the Bears winning 7, Vikings winning 6, Lions winning 6. Maybe I'm being too generous to some of these teams, but we'll just keep that as the prediction for now. And then we're going to go to the NFC West. Now, this has always been one of the toughest divisions in football for a long time. Last year you had 2 teams come out of this division. Last year you had 2 teams that came out of this division and made it to the playoffs. You had the Rams and the Seahawks. Rams won the division, went on to the wild card round to beat the Seahawks, the Rams lost the division. Seahawks won the division, went on to lose to the Rams in the wild card round at home in Seattle. I got the Rams winning the division this year. I think they'll be the 3 seed at 11-6. I just think that, just like Carson Wentz, Matthew Stafford really desperately needed that change of scenery, because he can play. He has a big arm. And I think this is going to be his best chance to try and compete for a championship. I won't even say win a championship. I'll say try and compete, because he's never been in any position to do so in Detroit, to even make it to a conference championship. Never been to the division round. Lost 2 playoff games in the wild card round. One of those they probably should have won. But anyway, that's another story. So I got the Rams winning this division. I got the 49ers losing the tiebreaker to the Rams. They'll be the 5 seed at 11-6 after an injury-plagued season last year that really kept them from being able to defend their division and conference championship. But I got them redeeming themselves this year and making it to the playoffs as the 5 seed. Seattle, I don't think they're going to make it this year, y'all. I have the Seahawks for the first time in the Carroll Wilson era having a losing record. I don't know how. Look, Russ is always cooking. He always has something in the bag, but there's a first time for everything. And I think this year will just be a first time where you say, wow, Seattle had a losing record. I think they're going to go 8-9. Missed the playoffs for the first time. It would be the second time, but they had a winning record in 2017 when they missed it. I just don't think. I think Russ's magic will eventually run out. I think this year be the year because I still don't think that defense is anywhere close to where it should be, and how they pretty much helped carry Russ his first few seasons in Seattle. So I got them finishing 8-9. I still don't see the Cardinals, getting better and taking that next step. 8-8 last year after a promising start for a playoff run, but end up finishing 8-8. I think they'll regress to one game at 7-10. And if you guys are wondering why I have 7-10, 8-9s, it's because there's a 17th game that's been added just in case none of you were hip to that. There's an extra game. Anyway, so we're going to go to the NFC East, where last year you had the football team won this division. This division was really bad last year. A lot of people are expecting it to be, bad even this year. I don't think it'll be anywhere near as bad as last year because I have 2 teams coming out of this division making it to the playoffs. Last year, like I said, you had the Washington football team win a division at 7-9. Something Ron Rivera is accustomed to because when he was coaching my team in Carolina, they finished 7-8-1 and made it to the playoffs. Giants and Eagles, I still don't see it. I know the Giants have a really good defense, but I still see them at 6 wins. Eagles 5 wins. This team is dysfunctional, and that's just where it is. If you disagree, leave a comment and tell me how it'll be the Giants and Eagles in the playoffs. I highly doubt that many of you will, but we'll see. I got the Washington football team making it to the playoffs as a 7 seed, which means there's a team in the NFC South that's going to make the wild card. I wonder who the Reed Report got that being. But I got the Washington football team making it again at 9-8. I think it'll really be beneficial. I don't know if it'll happen because Cam is not taking the you-know-what. And I know Ron Rivera is very adamant about that. So I'm not sure, but I really think it'll be beneficial for the football team to sign Cam Newton because I just don't, I got them finishing 9-8, but Ryan Fitzpatrick, bro, he's a 3 to 4 game guy. After 4 games, he's done, and he's not going to be able to take you any further than he has taken any team in his career. I know his greatest season was 2015, I think, with the Jets when they went 10-6, lost that last game of the season to the Bills that would have gotten them into the playoffs, and he just flamed out. He's had his Fitz magic in Tampa. He's had his moments. And I think the Dolphins last year knew this. That's why people were confused when they benched him for Tua and Fitzpatrick was not playing horrible. But I think they know that Fitzpatrick's lifeline, as far as great production, he will eventually always regress back to backup quarterback because that's just what he does best, to be honest. And it's no disrespect, but not everybody's a starter. Just like not everybody's a head coach material. Some people are meant to be coordinators. That's just how it is. But I still have them making the playoffs. Hopefully they sign Cam Newton and they may win this division. But I have the Cowboys winning this division at 10-7. I know every year with Dallas, everybody got them making the Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl. This was my Super Bowl pick last year. But again, I'm picking this based off talent. And even before Dak got injured, of course, they were on track to just be horrible. But I think they'll turn it around this year. They'll turn 6-10 into 10-7. They'll win the division and make the playoffs. I got them finishing first in this division at 10-7. I think 2 teams are coming out of the East. And last but definitely not least, we have the NFC South. That's right. Last year, the New Orleans Saints won the division for the 4th consecutive season, 17, 18, 19, 20. The Panthers were the first repeat winners of this division from 2013 to 2014 and 2015. But the Saints did it better. They won 4 straight. And I mean, like in the division, I'm basing things off the realignment in 2002. So, yeah, the Saints won the division for the 4th straight time last year, made it to the playoffs, and another disappointment. They did not live up to expectations at all. Like I said, Tom Brady retired Drew Brees. That's the narrative I'm pushing. Drew Brees was retired by Tom Brady, and not only that, he just couldn't really play anymore. But, every team in this division is interesting because you have the Falcons on one hand. They're always a pretty talented team. But they're just like a bootleg version of the Cowboys, to be honest. Always finding a way to get in their own way. Just an accident waiting to happen. That's who the Falcons are. Last year, 4-12, after they had, they were supposed to be, a good team. We remember the onside kick against Dallas when they just watched the ball roll, when not knowing that, as the team who's receiving the ball, they can touch it at any time. It's the Cowboys who have to wait until it goes 10 yards, but they didn't even know the rules. And you had guys literally looking at the ball roll and Dallas just landed on it, and you're just like, oh, yeah, it's going to be a Falcon season. I got them going 7-10 this year. They'll improve by 3 games. I just don't see them doing it. I know they got Kyle Pitts. They got rid of Julio. They got Ridley as the number 1 now, but these are the Falcons, and that's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I got to say about that. I got the Saints going 8-9. Look, I know they still have a very talented roster, but Jameis still have to prove it, and I don't think he will. And I think one of the main reasons he won't be able to as well is because the head coach is going to get in his way. I think Sean Payton has always been named as boy genius. He do this, he do that, but this guy has been overrated for a long time now, and it's about time that people really start pointing it out. And I don't know if he'll be on a hot seat or anything. I just feel like Sean Payton is going to find a way to mess this up, trying to put Taysom Hill in spots that he shouldn't be in instead of just letting Jameis do his thing. Jameis, of course, still have a lot to prove, and I think that this talented roster with overrated Alvin Kamara will go 8-9 and miss the playoffs. The chances have to run out somewhere. They've had opportunities. I know they got screwed over in that conference championship game, but the Minnesota Miracle, to the other game against Minnesota, to last year against the Bucks, turning the ball over all those times, at some point it runs out, and it comes to a point where you don't even have to really talk about actual football. You just know that it doesn't last forever, and I think this is going to be where the buck stops with the Saints. Panthers will make the playoffs as the 6th seed. They will win that head-to-head matchup against the football team to win the tiebreaker over the football team. Both teams will be 9-8, but the Panthers will get in. This team, we are so much improved. Defensively, we are getting after it. We just have to cash in the red zone. We have the talent on offense. They got McCaffrey, they got Terrence, they got Moore, they got Robbie, they got another situation where all the quarterback, in my opinion, just needed a new environment, and that's what Sam Darnold has. He has the weapons. He's reunited with Robbie, and I think this is going to be the year where they get into the playoffs. And to be honest, man, I think I'm probably selling them short with 9 wins, but I'm going to stick with that and say that the Panthers will get into the playoffs in this division. They will overcome the Saints and the Falcons, but they will not overcome the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers will win the division at 13-4. Of course, like we said, last year won the Super Bowl in Brady's rookie year in the NFC. And I think that this year they'll win a division. They'll win that division because last year they didn't win a division, but does it really matter when you win the Super Bowl or even make the Super Bowl, but mainly win the Super Bowl in your home stadium? It doesn't even matter that you don't win a division. But they'll win it this year. And I got the Panthers in the playoffs. So we have that field set. I appreciate you guys for hearing me out on this. And now we're about to take this to another level and predict the playoffs. We're about to predict the wild card round. We have our standings set. We're about to predict the wild card, the possible matchups there. and divisional round. Then we're going to go to the conference championship, and then we're going to LA to the Super Bowl. So let's get into that. And you know what? Let's knock this out real quick, because now we are in the playoffs. We're in the future. We're in January of 2022, and our standings are currently the Chiefs at 13-4. They'll have the bye week. Reed report predictions. The Ravens 13-4. They'll lose the head-to-head to the Chiefs in the regular season, so they'll be the 2 seed. They'll be playing on Wild Card Weekend. Bills 3 seed 12-5. Colts 4 seed 11-6. Browns and Steelers are 11-6. Browns will win the tiebreaker over the Steelers to be the 5 seed. Chargers will be 10-7. They'll be the 7 seed. So that means the Chiefs will have to bye, and the Chargers will take on the Ravens. The Ravens will take on the Chargers. And I got Lamar Jackson and company winning that game. Remember, this is the team, the franchise. Lamar played his rookie season. You know, when that narrative was basically created that he doesn't perform well in the playoffs, and he hasn't won a playoff game, but it was his rookie season. But okay, anyway. Yeah, I got the Ravens winning that game against the Chargers. I'm predicting this like it's actually happening. And I got the 3-seeded Bills, Josh Allen versus Big Ben, 2 quarterbacks who resemble each other so much. Big Ben, of course, was mobile, big arm, just like Allen back in his days as a young QB. And I think Josh Allen, it'll be a pass the torch sort of type of thing. I don't know if it'll be Big Ben's last season for sure, but I got the Bills beating the Steelers. Browns will be the only road team to win in this Reed report prediction on Wild Card Weekend. They will beat the Indianapolis Colts, and they will take that next step as well. They did win in the playoffs last year, but you guys will see what I'm talking about later. So yeah, I got the Browns winning over the Colts, and then in the divisional round, we'll come back to that. But we're going to go to the NFC. And in the NFC, we have the Buccaneers as the 1 seed. They'll have the bye week at 13-4. The Packers will be the 2 seed at 12-5. Rams 3 seed 11-6. Cowboys 10-7. They'll be the 4 seed. 49ers 11-6. They'll be the 5 seed. My Panthers are 9-8. They'll be the 6 seed, and the football team will be 9-8 as well, because the Panthers will beat them in that head-to-head game in the regular season. They'll be the 7 seed. So we got football team at the Packers, and if they get Cam Newton, and this actually happens, I may change my tone on this one. But until then, we're working with what we got now. I got the Packers winning this game over the football team. I think it's just going to be a different year for Aaron Rodgers. I got the Rams and the Panthers in LA. Who knows if this happens? The Reed Report may have to take this show on the road to LA. Be sure to head up the Cashapp to help fund that if it happens. But we got the Rams versus the Panthers in LA, and I'm going to take the Rams to beat my Panthers. I think that defense will just be too much for us if this happens. It's just a future prediction for 2022 calendar year. I got the Cowboys over the 49ers in the wild card round, and that means we're back here in the AFC. We got the Chiefs versus the Browns and the Ravens versus the Bills. I'm going to take Lamar Jackson to get that revenge over the Bills and Josh Allen in the divisional round, and it'll be disappointing for sure for Josh Allen, because like I said, anything short of a Super Bowl for him after this money is a disappointment for somebody like me on the outside looking in. So I'm taking the Ravens to win this game if it happens. I got Baltimore, and I got the Chiefs versus the Browns. It won't be a 4th straight AFC Championship game for the Chiefs. This right here is probably my biggest upset so far. The Browns will beat the Chiefs in a divisional round and advance to the AFC Championship game to play the Baltimore Ravens. You win a divisional round, and I have the Green Bay Packers versus the Green Bay Packers will take on the LA Rams. I'm going to take, and this is also a rematch of last year's divisional round if this happens. And I got the Packers winning again. It's Matthew Stafford versus Aaron Rodgers, and it'll just bring back bad memories for Stafford from their days and from his days in the AFC North, NFC North. And I'm gonna take the Packers to win this game over the Rams in Lambeau. Buccaneers versus the Cowboys. I'm taking the Bucs to win this game over the Cowboys, and Brady will get back to the conference championship game. But for now, we have the AFC championship game. We got Ravens versus Browns. Baker and company took a big step by even getting here and dethroning the Chiefs, but I'm going to take Lamar Jackson to finally make it to the Super Bowl. So I got Ravens over Browns in the AFC Championship game, and I am going to take the Buccaneers to fall to the Green Bay Packers and Tampa Bay in a rematch of last year's NFC Championship game. I'm taking the Packers to win this game, and Aaron Rodgers will finally get that big win at home in the NFC Championship game to break his streak of like 4 or 5 straight NFC Championship game losses. He hasn't been to a Super Bowl since 2010. He played in a conference championship game against Seattle, Atlanta, and Tampa last year. Were those the only 3 since that last Super Bowl? I think those were the only 3. But yeah, you know, he finally got a home game last year, didn't win, but I think they'll get the win this year. So that means in the Super Bowl in Los Angeles, I think it's Super Bowl 55, we got the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers versus Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. I am going to take the Packers to beat the Ravens and win this game. I think Aaron Rodgers will finally get that second championship before it's all said and done. He'll probably even ride off into the sunset after this because he's like, all right, I'm done. But yeah, I'm taking the Packers to win this one over the Ravens, and I'll even throw in the score. I got Packers over Ravens in the Super Bowl. Green Bay 31, Baltimore 27. So those have been the Reed Report NFL predictions for this year. Division predictions, playoff predictions, wild card, division, conference, and Super Bowl. Thank you guys for taking the time to hear me out. Again, let me know what you guys think. Be sure to hit me up, the comment section or email. Let me know what your predictions are so we can run those by the end of the season to see where we stack up, where we went right and where we were wrong and where we were so close. Thank you guys for hearing me out again. Again, be sure to smash that like button, share the video, subscribe, leave a comment. I really do appreciate it. Until next time, I will see you guys later.